Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to automation or have heard about APIs and webhooks but find them confusing, you are in the right place. Today we are breaking down what APIs and webhooks are, why they are essential for automation, and how you can use them in end-to-end to supercharge your workflows even if you are a complete beginner. So let's start with basic. What is an API? Think of an API like a restaurant waiter. When you sit at a table and want food, you don't go to the kitchen yourself. You ask the waiter takes your order to the kitchen, and when your food is ready, it brings it back to you. In the world of software, the API is the waiter that lets your app, that is the customer, interact with your another app, that is the kitchen, like Google Sheet or Slack, without needing to know how everything works behind the scene. Let's see the technical definition of API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. It exposes a service, and developers or tools like N8N use it to interact with other applications. So why use API? API makes it easy for you to access data or service from other apps, like reading data from Google Sheets, automate tasks by connecting different tools together. Without API, you would have to manually interact with each app backend, a huge headache. API simplifies everything. So how does API work? API uses something called documentation. Think of it as the menu in our restaurant analogy. It tells you what's available and how to order it. When you use an API, you send a request through the interface, that is the waiter, to the application, to the kitchen, and you get a response back. The key terms are the client, that is you or your app, and the server, the app you're interacting with. So let's see the anatomy of an HTTP request. Most API uses HTTP request. Here are the four main parts. The first is the URL, the unique address for what you want, like a web page or data. The second one is method. Method is what action you want to perform. For example, if you want to receive info, that is get, and for post, that sends info, and other includes put, delete or patch. Header is the extra info about your request, like your language or device, and the body, the data you want to send only for post requests, like form submission. The pro tip is that get is for getting info, like reading data from a sheet, or post is for sending info, like submitting a form. Most APIs require you to prove who you are. This is called authentication. The common methods are API key in the URL or header, or WoAuthent, like sign in with Google. This keeps your data secure and ensures only authorized users can access or change things. So let's see the anatomy of HTTP response. So when you make a request, the server responds with status code, tells you if it worked, like 200, that is successful. If it is 401, which means it is unauthorized. If the error is 404, not found, and 500 means the server error. Header responses details like content type or length, and the body is the actual data, could be HTML or JSON, etc. Now let's talk about webhooks, sometimes called reverse APIs. Imagine you are waiting for a friend at home. You could keep checking the door, polling, or you could wait for the doorbell to ring. That is webhook. A webhook is like the doorbell. It notifies you instantly when something happens. Example, if you use Stripe for payment, instead of constantly checking for your new payment, you set up a webhook. Stripe will ring your doorbell, send a webhook when a payment comes in. To set up a webhook, you just need a URL where the app can send the info. In N8N, you use the webhook node to receive and handle this notification, triggering your workflow automatically. If this is making sense so far, hit the like button and subscribe for more beginner friendly automation tutorial. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment. So let's recap what we have learned. So APIs are like waiters connecting you to apps and services. HTTP requests and responses are how you communicate, and authentication keeps things secure. And last but not the least, webhooks let you react instantly to events. In our next video, we will dive into how to use these concepts in N8N to build your own automated workflow from scratch. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comment what automation topics you want to see next. So see you in the next video.